Good day. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Douglas Harder, and in this topic, we're going to discuss finding the ideal vector representation of a line through 2 points. So in this topic, we will find the ideal representation of a line passing through 2 given points. We will observe how to use this representation to calculate distances, and we will be looking at an example. All right, in R3, suppose we have 2 points, U1 and U2, and we'd like to find the line that passes through these points. We can find that line as follows. First, let's calculate the normalized vector between the 2 points. Next, choose that point U1 or U2 that has the smallest 2 norm. That is, pick whichever one is already closer to the norm, and then calculate U perp to be this chosen U sub k minus its projection onto the normalized vector v. The reason that we choose the point U1 or U2 that has already the smallest 2 norm is to minimize the numerical error of the calculation. For example, let's find the line between these 2 points. First, we find and calculate the normalized vector v. Having done so, we determine that the second point has a smaller 2 norm, therefore we will subtract off of the second point the projection of that second point onto the normalized v vector. And that gives us this vector here. Consequently, the ideal representation of the line passing through these 2 points is this representation here. Of course, as before, we could use plus or minus the second vector v. After all, we could calculate the difference between u1 and u2, or from u2 to u1. We can also determine how far away each of these 2 points is from the closest point U perp simply by calculating the inner products. So the distance from U1 to the point U perp is 30.64 meters, assuming we're calculating in meters, and the distance to U2 is 19.36 meters, but in the opposite direction on the line. Thus, we can trivially also calculate the distance between the 2 points to be, in this case, 50 meters. And we observed that the 2 norm of U2 minus U1 is indeed 50. Following this topic, you now know how to find the ideal vector representation of a line passing through 2 points, and you understand that it is best, when given a choice, to use a vector with the smallest 2 norm when calculating perpendicular components. Here are the references, acknowledgements, the colophon, and a disclaimer. Cheers!